double check the link is right. Excellent. All right. Shout out to everybody here on Bookmap. Appreciate you for jumping on in. Bitcoin's looking interesting. You know, right when I left the stream, my live stream, right, from 10 a.m. to 12, Bitcoin started to kind of break down a little bit, but I kind of had it in these two channels. All right. If it breaks back up and makes its move, I do see, look, a slanted shoulder, head, right shoulder. I just, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Just there's bearish tones, Previous support there became a resistance as we tried to come back to it. Like we bounced here, but when we hit it back, we got resisted by it. So you can see key levels being resisted. Bitcoin not, struggling to hold support zones. Beautiful pump yesterday, out of control, really. Just continued to moon. It was just amazing. And, it's probably, the exchanges going through, scarcity. More people hold Bitcoin in a wallet than ever. More people are profitable in Bitcoin than ever. More money is leaving the exchanges for Bitcoin than ever. Bitcoin has a completely different dynamic than any stock we've ever seen. Stocks don't leave the exchange. You know what I mean? Stocks don't have halvings. This is completely different. We put it in a form of stocks because that's the only way we can trade it and look at it. But Bitcoin is its own complete, its own entity. It does things no other entity in the world does. It's so unique. Such an amazing financial asset if you think about it. So cool that we came into a time where financial assets began to evolve. So here, one thing I'm missing, just to the Bookmap crew, everyone, I'm really missing that liquidation indicator. I don't know how long we got to wait to figure it out, but I definitely want to get that thing back. It was like the highlight of the show, really. I mean, you guys really, we did something amazing together there with that. The way I present it and the way it happened and the timing and where I go live. Yesterday the stream began, and just like 90% of my streams went last year, we got a short squeeze at about 10:45, 11. I played the long. We watched it pump to the upside. We made gains. It was just it's kind of what people come to my stream for. They come to get paid. They want to make money. All the other streams I used to see, like I could never make money off of a stream because the guy it was kind of like I could learn from them, or they were trying to sell me something just enough to get me. But they were never going to really give me the sauce. And I said, what if I just give the sauce and show people what I do? I said, it'll be so intricate. Only the smartest people will pick it up for free, right? Everyone else will still need to practice it. It's not going to happen overnight. I know how long it took me to understand these things. So, and I with instead of being in fear, I went for it and started to just really teach every day and give away what I knew. And that's when things really changed. I dispelled all fear from my life because I knew that I couldn't lose if I kept giving, right? And because there's a time you're in between on business, especially a business like mine, where you sell information and you can be like, how far do you go? Do you piecemeal some things? And you're like, if I give away too much, then people, what are they going to buy, right? And that's a fear, a sense of business fear. And I eventually pushed through that and realized if I just gave more than everybody else, I'd produce more value. So if I lived in less fear than most in my competition, I'd produce more value. And if I produce more value, I'd have nothing to worry about. And that's kind of how I looked at the big picture. Bookmap suggests that we go lower, okay? It's given us a lot of liquidity further down. However, there is a big order there at 45.8 and at 46.2, and those are newer. This 46.2 order is a little newer. We didn't see it earlier. So they're starting to build some liquidity above us. That $48,000 order has been there for a while now. But when you just look at liquidity zoomed out, far more liquidity to the downside, and we can easily get pulled into it. It's not like it's hard to get to. This glob right here. So it tells me that 44.5 is very likely, and then possibly 43.6, but at least 43.5 is very likely. So I'm watching Bitcoin like this. It's in a falling wedge with a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It's kind of squeamish on the 15-minute, and what I mean squeamish is it should have come back up and reset. It didn't. It's sideways, and it could just make a nice dump down here. A lot of times when stochastics don't make it back to the top, they just literally roll over, and you see some major dumpage. So that's something that you want to heed. The 1 hour is oversold. It took a beat down. Like it got sold off from last night's high at 45.7. And, it's been just slowly kind of trudging along to the downside. Finally did touch the 21. But what I learned about all price action is price action will come back to the 21. So here, when you were pumped in this high, See how far your stochastics will get high. You'll get a bearish div on the RSI. You know, you'll be overbought on the MACD. You might even have rising price with falling volume. You know, might have a divergence on volume, and you're going to come back to the 21. Now, listen, like this is where I put out like we either go sideways or we go down. See if the 21 was here and we had pumped, it's like we go sideways then because the 21 would meet with ease. But when the 21 gaps away from the from price action this much, you're going to have to take a lateral approach to get, a vertical approach to get there, diagonally down. Because does everyone understand that? And this is something I extrapolated, like literally one day I looked at literally the space between price and the 21. And I said, I go by this probability that price has to revisit the 21. That's like my trading style. What I like about it is you just won't do something until it's time again. Here and there, you'll miss an insane pump that will continue. You know what I mean? But, you're always, for me, I'm always in so many long-term coins that if there's something pumping hard too, usually I'm in one of them. Like if there's a lot of action in a couple weeks, there's a good probability I own 4 or 5 of the hot coins that pump. You know what I mean? Because I'm just making long-term bags of what's hot and if the market moves. So the idea is you're going to come back to the 21 here. And I study this on every time frame from the, and so what's true on the 1 hour is true on the 4. So the 4 hour is about to do the same thing. See? It's about to come back to its 21. Same idea, same concept, same exact, no different. It's just a bigger scale. That's all. And we come to the 21. Now, there's a chance we don't and we bounce because price action can do anything it wants, and we have to be open-minded to that. But let's take a look now. I mean, we have a high, we have a low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low in candles closing. And you do see kind of a shoulder, head and shoulder pattern, and you're curving. So what saves the day is if Bitcoin gets this move further to the upside, breaks this high, this point of control, gets back above 45.377, 45, and then consolidates, right? Or maybe even breaks out. And, there's one really bullish idea that this 1 hour isn't a flag and the 1 hour could just do some crazy damage right now. Just blast all the way up to 47,000, 48K. But I just, it's not being conveyed by the break above support or resistance. It's just not being conveyed to me. Remember, we were all about, I talked about opening trades when the price action opens a candle above the 200 SMA. This was textbook. Yesterday, I opened up the trade because the price, I actually front-runned it. I opened it up right here thinking, once we get above it, we're probably going to fly. Once we got above it, we exploded. We just absolutely exploded. Right? Monster trade. Given by me on the live stream, entered on the live stream, and then what I did is I took out here, and I just kept scalping. The small time frames just kept hitting. It was amazing. 7-minute flag here, 4-minute, 1 minute. And I just kept taking what the market gave me until the market slumped. And then I also traded TIA, and I ended up winning 9 out of 10 trades yesterday. It was awesome, right? Funny, this trade would have bounced back. Remember, we cut it off there? It would have bounced back a little bit. We were trading SEI earlier today on the stream. The chance it's just in this really tight channel and it breaks out. Boom. Okay. Looking bullish, too. I've been just trading the smaller time frame, scalping the fifth. I've been looking to scalp the 15-minute on this all day long, right? And just every time the 15 minutes low, scalp it, right? That's like right now, that's a little scalp possible, too. I may re-enter the trade. I think we made, what, like 16, 18 bucks or something? What was it? No, $6, sorry. $6, $3 fee. Yeah. 6 times 3 is 18. Still a small fee. 18 would have been like a 90-cent fee. That ain't bad, Never traded it before, right? So back into Bookmap. What are we looking at if we zoom all the way in? So we just keep hugging 45,000. liquidation, just a short liquidation, really, or a long liquidation is occurring now. They just liquidated some longs. That was definitely one right here and here. CVD is getting negative. And you got this order right here willing to get hit right at 44, 44.9. And then it's 44.6. So really, like, the closest order here is down 44.6, 44.5. I'd be surprised if we don't go there. But look at this guy. Huge order, 461. He's the big boy. He's like the biggest order around. He's the closest, biggest order is 44.6, right? So Bookmap, heat map, order book. The darker the color, the bigger the order. Simple. Everyone's like, how do you read Bookmap? If these are coming in with volume balls, it's a big red ball. It's, red. If it's a big green ball, it's a buy, right? These are simple concepts, right, for Bookmap. And we're really just kind of at a standstill, stuck. And remember, I'm just going to reset my Bookmap for a second. But remember, false move Monday. I talk about that because it's like today is similar to a Monday. Even though we had a great trading day yesterday. Yesterday was like a free day. It was kind of like a free, you know what I mean? It was Bitcoin's day to be free because the markets were closed and Bitcoin was open. And that's usually when Bitcoin gets all the volume because they can't trade any other market. If you're going to trade something, you got to trade Bitcoin, right? Pretty awesome. So today is usually we call false move Monday, and you'd be looking at today for false moves. And today kind of did it. It had like the false move at the beginning of the day and then didn't really fall through with any of the movement. And now and my whole thing is I'm all about that 21 on the 4 hour. Like when you're that far away, it bears caution. So I'm split really on Bookmap. Some days you'll open up Bookmap, you'll see all red down here, you'll see nothing up here. And literally 5 hours later or 2 hours later, we will shred through the lows. Same thing on the opposite side. But, it's really great in the tool in that sense. It'll just show you. But again, if you look at it, just bare bones, yeah, we have this big order up here, 460. But if you counted all these orders together, they outweigh it. And there's just more liquidity all the way down to 43. So you would have to suggest that Bookmap is suggesting lower price action. All right. Do I enter back into SEI? I do not know. Question and answer time. Let's pop out the chat. 43 people watching. Thank you for being here. Can't type today. No worries. I can't type ever. So you're in the club. And we had a long live stream. I mean, that thing went 12:30 almost, right? 4.56, can't get it right. I meant 4.76, my bad. Seen liquidity below, but it's been staying in the pattern and defending that level pretty nicely. You the man. David Roy, yeah. Rockton Road, great stream this morning, brother. Congrats on the new baby coming. Thank you. Printing. Yeah, this one or SEI or Bitcoin? Yeah. So we're kind of at a standstill. The 1 hour could get a huge move here. It could. I've seen it happen. And then just continue up. That measured move is 47,685. And there is that level here. Like we do see this big bar here just at 45.8. Just waiting. That's right at about right there. Just above us. When 1,000 looks like nothing now on the chart. Back when we were at 20K, you could see 1,000. Let's go, baby. Life is for life. Shout out to Jonah Lange, Klaus, Joseph, Richard, Altersberg. God bless you, Sam, 24/7. Thank you. Eat, sleep, boost, Jim. Smash the like for the hardest working man in crypto. Thank you. Great stream this morning. Yeah, I love that. We're here. Let's go. Gains, Lord. Fake emotions acting real. Amen. Life for fam. Ooh, nice little pump. 15-minute attempting to kind of double bottom here of some type. 7-minute double bottoming. Okay. Breakout. 21. That's a possible double bottom. Breakouts up here. Stop below the 200 SMA, right? As crazy as that is, I may take that trade. But yeah. See, that's what I love about my risk reward ratio. It's like once you have a risk management in play, you can only just take the trades that give you that. And if it doesn't give it to you, you don't take it. It's like I wouldn't, I got to stretch it to a 262 up above. And again, this is why I would watch the 7. The 7-minute will tell. Like if the 7 starts to flop, we drop this and we come down here, then we know that we're taking the path of the 4-hour down. If the 7 breaks up above here, then we know we're taking the path of the 1 hour to take the pump. Okay? So we can see, when we see things that possibly contradict each other and we're not sure what to do, the smaller time frames will lead us to the light. Okay? Back at it. Let's go. Cesar Cordero. My cousin's name is Sam, and he's Secret Service for Trump. It's crazy, man. Don't tell people that's secret. What's the good word? What's the word, good brother? What's the good word? What's the word? What's the good word? Shout out to Stack McChange in the house. Thank you. Shout out to Frankie Valdez. Yo, let's go. Yeah, so we're watching to see if the 7-minute can break out of a double bottom here. We held this support zone for whatever reason at 44.9 pretty tight. So we got this bounce at 44.9. I'm leaning down on the 4-hour for a pullback. And we'll lose the 200 SMA first on the 7. That'll be the first thing we do before any, we'll get a great candle, we'll drop. But the first, significant thing that will happen is you'll lose this 200 SMA. When we come to touch it, that looks just like when we touched the 7, right? Yes, 3 days ago before we got, we got held up. Still curious in that SEI. Still, wow, I'd be in the money now. Well, at 7.624. And now that's still kind of got like the double, triple bottom in a way. And previous support is, resistance support. Stochastics are just getting started there. Took forever the last time we traded it, though. It would be the exact same thing, right? Nothing would change. No, it would be the exact same trade again. I risk $80 for 271. 15-minute trade. And I'll just keep taking 15-minute sessions if they play out. And that's a cool another way to trade is like you just know how the session plays, right? I know how the stochastics move. You don't always get it every time, but you know the probability. So every time the 15-minute is starting to curve, I just get in, And that's one way to trade. Like you could do that once, twice, 3 times today, right? Once, twice, and this would be the third curve. And I'm only risking $60, and the liquidation is 70. I like the liquidation lower than the. It's funny they changed this game a lot because I just did a less money before, and the liquidation was lower. It's weird that they raised the liquidation. Another thing when I trade altcoins, it's why I don't like to trade them on leverage is you'll sit there, and you'll be down like $30, and then literally in a half a second, I'll just watch the entire thing get liquidated. It would just be like this. It'll be like, and I'll be like, what the. And so I stopped. I've only been looking at it 4 or 5 times on alts, maybe even 3. And it's only been for $50 or $60 at a time. But it just, I don't know, man. I like to be in control of my trades, That's like you're just low liquidity, too high leverage. You're just playing with fire, in my humble opinion. I want everyone to know I didn't trade. Last year, I didn't even trade leverage until March, I just never felt the need. I made a large amount of money trading spot, swing trading. I call investing, When I got into my first few things I ever did was I did a swing. My first trade ever was a swing trade. It was like a 30 to 40 day swing trade. Like I got it. And you know, the type of service, I signed up to some service that was sending me emails, and they were giving me ideas that would play out in 2 to 3 weeks. So I was being fed swing trades without even knowing it. You know, I just felt like, you know, I didn't realize there was so many different ways to trade. I just kind of did whatever was around, right? Like, I got into this is like a meme coin. Seems to be pumping today. Myro up 25%. Funny, we keep talking about A-Star, and it's interesting. It keeps pumping in. I never realized how high it was. It's in the top 100, right? So that's pretty cool in the top 100. I mean, you got to give coin credit once it reaches the top 100. And I think we were on the Max C chart, right? Yeah. So it comes down to the 7 minute in the battle, right? We don't lose the 200 SMA, we're good to go. I just want to get rid of this. There's so much yellow around there. There's our 200 right there. We did bounce. It didn't let us lose it for whatever reason. Could be the saving grace. And we're back at 45,100 again. So you can kind of see the battle. Like, it's the bulls and the bears, this area of contention. And it's a very tight chop, because on the other end of the buffer zone, meaning, like, whenever there's chop, there's probably even tighter chop right outside of that chop. And it is, because, like, right here we have 45 and 44.9. Like, we're at, you know, 44.450 and 44.9. And there's just resistance, bounce, bounce. You know, now we're kind of in this we're getting rattled. And Bitcoin's going to have to figure out something. You know, you can almost see it it's almost you know, at a I see it as a descending triangle. You see that now? I didn't see this before, and I highlight it, right? And then the length of the base, boom. That would also make sense to my falling wedge and my 4 hour, right? So I'm looking for this descending triangle to break to the down. I am more bearish. I really am. You know, I'm more bearish. Now that I even see a bearish pattern, and before I was already leaning bearish, now I'm even more bearish. So I see a descending triangle, clear as day, which I didn't notice at first. And they like to break down the base of the, you know, the length of the base, and they like to break down pretty fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that. And we just 44,000. All right. Looks like your last year's model. I remember when you first started utilizing leverage here and there. Yeah. I've been here for Sam with 2 years. I can vouch Sam did not touch leverage. Yeah. And I didn't touch leverage for like literally 10 years. You know, for 10 years. Great coverage again, Sam. Thank you, Ivo. Super nice of you. Every one of you is super nice. Slight head and shoulders as well. Yeah, you see it? You see it? I kind of almost see it like a complex head and shoulder, you know? So now again, we could get above this level, boom, right? Bitcoin could go crazy. Anything could happen. The 1 hour looks cool. The 7 minute is aggressive right now. So like right now, I don't open the short because the 7 minute hooks are curving. Let them play out. So right now, it's the 7 minutes time. And that's what's good. I believe that's what helps me stay a successful trader in real time is being in the moment, like staying in the present. So right now, double bottom on the 7 with Stokes turning up. I don't care what anything else looks like. I got to take the 7 in the way this, you know, I got to like hear the 7. It's like you can't talk to 3 people at once. The 7's talking right now. I'm not going to talk to the daily. I can't talk to, you know, hey, yeah, bit. No, I got to focus on the 7. I need to hear what the 7 is saying. and let the 7 speak to me. Right now, the 7's saying, hey, I do want to possibly reverse. It's saying, hey, I have a chance to reverse here. You've seen me do this many times. Give me a chance. And it's saying, hey, I may not be able to do it, right? Your TA is always amazing. Thank you, Michael Paz. It's very nice of you to say. Sam, which time frame do you think is most followed / respected by the majority in Bitcoin? And which do you recommend for Bitcoin? Which timeline frame do you think is most? Honestly, like, human beings use all the same time frames, and all aspects come together, you know? So, like, right now, we should be getting the pump. Like, right now, if I extract this little piece, whatever, that is a double bottom. And it has a 68% chance to break to the upside, and the Stokes are pointing up. There's a 68% chance if I open a long right now, I'm gonna win, but only if we get up to the, you know, that key level of resistance. So right now my tick size is $10. You see that? I could change it to even smaller. You'll get a little more detail. Look now, we got liquidity up here, 46K, 45.8. And again, sometimes I'm wrong, but I believe the work that I do and how I do it keeps me right more than I'm wrong, right? Yeah, and someone just pointed out something like, you know, what I did, which I did look at too, is like, yeah, we're in the bigger channel, we come retest in the 4-hour time frame. Like, you draw the line here, we're going to come down and retest. See, that's what I see happening. You know, we come and retest this level. It's just the most likely, but there's just so much bullishness right now. And there's so much fear of missing out on this ETF that there's going to be people doing emotionally rash things, which may keep Bitcoin, you know, pushing more than it should. Right. So look, we just got our candle outside of this line, right? Technically. Boom. I mean, you broke out so far of the, and even though it is a descending triangle, it could break up, you know. And again, remember, this is a speculation line. It does have 2 touches though. Like, I can do 1, 2. So that is it has proper trajectory. Like, I can take that line. And here we are just watching a 7-minute at 1:35 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. Right. Usually one of the good days to trade. The volatility has been great. Really good. I mean, today was a good day to trade because there was really good short money to be had. As long as there's volatility, there's good money. Right. 45,300 back again. Funny, we've been up and down all morning. A lot of people use the 5 and the 15. They're free on TradingView. Some big players can hide moves in those sweet spot timeframes. Sam talks about in the live in the 99. 7 is a sweet spot between the 5 and the 7. Yeah. So the timeframes that fall respected by majority are the daily and the 15 and the daily and the 4-hour. They work good. And just because everyone else uses them doesn't mean you can't, you know. Most people's emotions are so off anyway. As long as you just don't listen to your emotions and do what the charts tell you, you're going to be better off than most people. You know, I've learned the more I keep trading right, the more I realize I just needed to keep trading right. Like, I didn't need to do anything different. I just needed to find a flag, you know, put up my risk management and take the trade. You know what I mean? That's all. And then not freak out when the trade went up and down. Like, let's see the trade through. And that's it. Like, it's not, you know, it's not, we all think it's rocket science, but it's really not rocket science. Like, and it's not as difficult as we make it. We make it difficult. We really do. We really, really do. We are the ones that make it difficult. You know. Look, I'll show you. I'll prove to you that it's not difficult. All right. So I began trading yesterday, my first day back in 2020. You know, 2020, 2024 is my first trade of 2020. My first leverage trade, right? And we found a pennant. We got in, got out. Quick scalp, 93 bucks. Next one, 142 scalp, got out, right? Next one, 130, got out, scalp. Next one, 82, bang. This one was up like 150 bucks, eventually hit it. This one, again, was up 150 bucks, eventually closed it, you know. Was a little greedy, waiting for more, right? So those two should have been another 300, right? 123 and then 87. And then I went too hard last night before I went to bed. And I actually didn't need to cut it off. I cut it off and actually would have won the trade too. Would have actually woken up in gains. But I was like, just whatever. I was tired. Enough, you know. And I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades. And then I took the TIA trade yesterday that I won too. So that's 10 trades. I lost 1 trade. And what did I do? I just did what I always do, you know. And I honestly didn't think a lot. Like, I thought, like, I used my brain. I'm trying to how to explain this properly. I used my brain, but I didn't think a lot, if that makes sense. Like, everything that I did, I've already put into motion a long time ago. You know? Like, I've sat and developed a strategy. That's a beautiful thing about your strategy, too. You could be sick, depressed, like my mom died. People say, you shouldn't be trading when your mom, you know, you're emotionally off. But, like, my trades don't involve emotion. Like, they involve an in, a stop, and a take profit. And, like, that doesn't change whether I'm happy, sad, up or down. There was a few days where I didn't trade well, and I was, you know, I kind of couldn't concentrate on my trades. That, you know, my brain wasn't able to focus. That was the key. But once I got through that and I could focus, you know, even on a rough day where I'm really missing my mom or going through a tough time, like, I can still trade. Yeah, I can still trade very well. I'm at to have 2 of my best streaks recently, one 18 straight, and now that one was in 9 straight. I lost the last one, you know, 10 straight actually, or 9 straight. Yeah. You didn't overthink the practice. Took the charts for what exactly. I just took exactly what I was given. You know what I mean? Like yesterday, I was trading the 7. Like, I saw this as a flag. I got in with a stop loss below there. You know what I mean? It pumped. I saw this as a flag. You know, I got in with a stop loss below there. It pumped. Falling wedge. You know, it just kept doing what it was supposed to do. Right. And then even last night, it's funny. I was like half kind of in on this idea. One of the lifers drew. And then it slumped. But then again, it went like this. It made the flag here, see? And then bang. And then, you know, and then hit resistance, double topped. And this is kind of where we stand, right? But yeah, I just traded what I saw. I just took it. And honestly, and the 1 hour getting above the 200 SMA was like my calling to open up a long. Right there. Bang, right? And that doesn't fail me. For Bitcoin, it works so well. Like, that strategy and Bitcoin, they go hand in hand. Like, it's so awesome. Specifically, if you're willing to swing trade. Like, the only issue I have is long-term holds for Bitcoin when I'm leverage trading. Because, like, I'll be in, like, say I try to leverage trade and I get in, like, here. Every time this pulls back, I'm like, oh, you know, because, like, you'll be up huge and then you'll lose it all. Be up huge, lose it all. Be up huge, lose it all. And that's just emotionally tiring to be in a, you know, so if you got in here and you had to wait to get up there, that took a time. You know, almost like couldn't watch, you know. Those streaks were something insane to witness in the 99. Wild how TA can play out if you keep it simple and market plays nice. I remember when we were at 25K a few months ago, we came a long way. I know. Yeah. Last night was crazy. Insane gains in the 99. I know. Thank you. But yeah, and like I stuck to this idea that we were in the pen and I kept and I love how you never know what's going to happen, but the probability ends up feeding you the right results. But you got to stick to the probability. You got to stick to the probability, you know? You can't play the probability one day. Like, you can't open up the trade tomorrow, all right, and say, that's a falling wedge, but I'm not going to trade it this time. You know what I mean? What's interesting is I see something now that I saw one other time in my life, and now just seeing it again. That can play out as an inverted head and shoulder. I know it's hard to understand, but I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I just got deja vu from a day when I was like, nah, that can't play out. And it did. So like I even defied it, and it ended up playing out. Man, trading has been so simple with your strategy. I really think it has. Like, right? I mean, once you get it, it works. It's removing your, see, people don't, first, there's trust involved. There's trust involved in every trading strategy. You must trust the strategy. If you don't trust the strategy, and it take for everyone with all the pains we've been through and all, you know, after what happened with the virus and everything, a lot of people, like the trust has been, a lot of people's trust in everything around them has been eroded, you know, and for good reason. Like we've been mentally, they did a mental test on us. Like, let's be honest, like it was a psyop. And my entire life has changed. I can make money anywhere, anytime. I live full time from trading now. Yeah. The best game in the game, Sammy Cup and Handy. Like yesterday, I wanted to sit and trade and pull out $700 from the market, and I could, you know. Amazing. From home, from my stand-up desk on my pad, right? Dressed not, you know, it's like it's great. Anyway, the market's pretty flat. I was going to keep pushing here. Any questions, any questions about Bookmap? You know, I want to be here for Bookmap. Really, really put Bookmap first. They put me first. They're super nice. They're awesome. And, yeah, I just, I'm someone that doesn't forget where I came from. And I don't care, 50,000, 100,000, a million. I remember the people that first believed in me. I remember the people that first joined my tutorings. The first, you know, it's just, we're here now, right? Like, we are here now. And when I say that as the lifers, like, we are here now. The community of the lifers, we are here now. And we were building before, but I think after 2023 ended, like the day it ended, it was like the dust settled and it was like, yeah, the Cryptolifers. That's a community. Like, that's one of the bigger communities in cryptocurrency. Like, people know about us. Someone knows a friend that's been part of our trading group. Someone has traded with me. I've been on a channel. We've just connected to too many parts of the space, right? We've put our hands in too many cups, you know. My name is Chris, and I'm a lifer. Exactly. Yeah. Lifer's loyalty only because the commitment and the loyalty you show us daily. What's the mouse you're using, Sam? I missed that in the lifer. Sorry, no question about Bookmap. It's just amazing. Yeah, this may not be the best one. It's an Anchor, very, you know, cheap, basic. But what it does is it just, your hand stands straight. That's all. You know what I mean? As if you're shaking somebody's hand. You know, you get a little curve, but not that much. It's more like a handshake. Like when you're shaking someone's hand, you probably have a little curve in there. And so you're not like this, top down. You're more like this. That stress, I can even feel when I do it. And when I do it, you can even see my shoulder raise a little bit. Like, and so if I was doing this all day, you'd see my shoulder tweaked, especially at a stand-up desk. It makes it more, when you're at your sit-down desk, you don't know. MMA just got listed on Crow on the 15-minute. Huge exchange for a micro cap. I agree. And and look, see the rejection there? No good. And now, look, I mean, now let's be honest. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. I think it behooves us to take a short on that, honestly. I think if we just lay down and realize that, are we going to be one of the squeezed, you know? But to me, that's a head and shoulder forming. I haven't shorted the market in a while. I think since my mom died, I haven't been able to short. I don't know what it is. I don't think I opened up a short since my mother passed. It's been about a month. I mean, the market's been super bullish. Like, why would you short the market, right? Kind of makes sense. You know, it's like, oh my God, I haven't, like Sam, like I haven't used my umbrella in 3 days. Like, it hasn't rained. Like, oh yeah, you know. But you know, the thing is, you know, I'm seeing a right shoulder short here. As long as we stay below this point of control, I don't see how we don't. And then descending triangle with a head and shoulder inside. I mean, that's bear city. Curving moving averages. We flip this upside down. We love, that's the pump up to the 200 SMA. Bing. Glad I became a member and learning a ton. Have you noticed the pattern in the density or the way Bookmap looks when whales are trying to trick everyone at certain directions? No. Rejecting the 200 on the 5 minute. Extra confluence. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep. And you're overbought there. Yeah. All right. I haven't shorted in a wee bit. I haven't shorted in a wee bit now. But I may take a bit of a short now. Let's see. Let us see now at the top. And that's where you short with a stop loss. This is textbook. You're supposed to take the head and shoulder from the neckline down to the measured move. And you're supposed to get in at the shoulder and with a stop loss at the top of the head. Make sure you switch to short. I've done this many times and not done it right, you know. 44,377. That's why I tell people to at least do some demo trades, you know. 45,500 went out. And again, no emotions needed. We could easily get stopped out. I'm not going to risk a lot because I'm not like in love with it. I'll risk 95 for 250 on the short. Look, I'll hit open long. I've done that many times. And we're going to take the short. Okay. Liquidated at 46,600. It's actually not that far away. And it's $500. Where's the stop loss? 45,510. All right. All right. All right. And we commit to a short for Bitcoin. I haven't shorted in a long time, about a month. So we'll see. First time. You even took in a long trade on accident and closed it in the money, and then took a short trade and made money all while live. Yeah, it was pretty funny, man. How do you determine when to take profits? When I'm in the money. when I'm in the money. When the stochastics head down to this dotted line and start to curve, that's when I looked for profit taking. Yeah, but that's definitely a head and shoulder pattern to me. But it also is somewhat of a double bottom. It's bearish, man. I'm seeing more bearish. Wildly accurate guy here. Thank you. I'm up on that short. Hey, man, congrats. Me too. $5, $8. Look at that. That's a fast $8, $9, dude. Dude, I'm just saying, like, if you can print $9, like we've been in the trade for 2 minutes. If you can make $12, 2% gains. Look, I'm the king of 3%. I haven't said that in a while. Let's see if I can get my 3%. Trading is fun when you can be accurate live in front of people. You know what I mean? It's not fun when you lose in front of people. Like, that's when it's not fun. It's fun when you win in front of people. It's not fun when you lose in front of people. You know? Right? And I'm the guy that will give a live trade if I see it. If, you know, it has to make sense, though. It has to make sense, right? And the more comfortable you get with taking trades, the more comfortable you get with taking trades. Let me say that again. The more comfortable you get with taking trades, the more comfortable you get with taking trades, right? And again, we've got liquidity below us for Bookmap. Not amazing, but we got 44.9 waiting right there. Pretty red. We've done our due diligence. We could easily lose the trade. We're also curving down on the Stokes on the 5. Let's ride these down. These should give us at least 30 bucks. Another thing about having a streak is you get addicted to the streak. The coolest thing about having a streak, I've been sick, but good to hear your voice again. Go, Sammy. I took a stab at this short as well. Shout out to Elton Jeffs. I was just about to say, is this the 99 trading group? My first time here, if it is. I mean, people here are in the 99 with me, but this is Bookmap. And what we do is we look at liquidity on Bookmap to get a sense of what's happening to the market. And then I use my other strategies to make a short or a long on Bitcoin almost every day. There are a few days where I'll say I'm not trading it, but look, now we're up $18. Look, I am the king of 3%. I did it. And look, we made 19 bucks at one point, right? Been shorting from the top, baby. Juice World, I know you have. You're the man, dude. Shout out to Juice World. God bless you, man. And shout out to everybody here on the live that's kicking it with us. The 99 dominates all the chat rooms when Sammy is on. I'm in the 99, baby. Right? Koala, man, we love you. And that's the thing, man. Remember we had ATB. Now ATB, we would flock on there. Like we used to bang on it back in the day, right? Man, this crew, we've had a strong crew for a long time. That's what you get when you work as hard as me. You get the most dedicated. When you're the most dedicated, you get the most dedicated people. You get what you are, right? So dedicated people will be attracted to someone who's dedicated. And who do you want in a trading group but dedicated people? Because they can help others, because they're going to learn quicker, because they're dedicated, right? So literally, let's break that down for one quick second, because I just, even though I know it's Bookmap, but like I just want to bring up this one idea. You join a trading group, there's 100 people in it. The guy goes a couple times a week, makes a few videos, pushes in. Everyone learns, and it's cool, right? And those 100 people are kind of consistent like him because he's in and out, but they learn, and everyone does well. In the bull run, they make money, and it's fun, right? But then you join my trading group, and you've got like 1,000 people that are there, and they're with me, and I'm showing up every single day. So the people that aren't super consistent, they're starting to be like, man, I need to be consistent like the mentor. Like, and if they join the group, then they want to learn from the mentor. Like that's what they've been telling themselves. So if they want to learn from the mentor, they want to get influenced by that idea. So if they see the guy grinding, they want to grind. So now when you come and join out of nowhere, like someone might be watching, and you come on in, you're now around 1,000 people that are super dedicated, because the person that runs the group never takes a day off and is really on point and sets the bar for everyone in the group to really push themselves. So you're actually the $99 investment that you did last year, and if you decide to re-up this year, it's gone up in value. Number one, inflation has gone up, but I didn't raise my price. So I've lost money on the trading group because I've produced more value, but the value that I've gone is losing, right? Boom. Number two, more people are more learned and have stayed in the group that are searching and learning, and it can help you. So every single time I stay more consistent, there's more consistent people in the group. It helps the new people that join the group. It's a cycle that and I thought about it one day. I'm like, these things take care of themselves if you just do the right behavior. You can sit there and think of that all strategically and build it, and it will happen too. But you'll be the most strategic if you just do the right things. If you're just proactive and you take action, you'll see things go in your way, right? Oh, we went negative. We were doing so good. And it's a chop data trade too. Be careful. Most I can lose is $100. Oh well, right? I honestly didn't really feel the trade that much. I kind of took it, I think, as showmanship to be live, I guess. And I shouldn't take that I shouldn't, but sometimes I can't tell when the live stream might push me to trade, you know what I mean? When I might not, but it's all good. It was in the money when symmetrical triangle, right? 50-50 shot now. $7 had all that time to pump and didn't give us much love. So watch this 15-minute, watch this 7-minute symmetrical. didn't need to grab that. That just got coupled by the shift mode. So this is what you watch now. This is going to tell you kind of what's happening. All right. We should be in the money now. Back in the money. That's leverage trading for you too, right? Just swing, 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 swing. You know? Let's go with the probability. We traded it right. We're below moving averages. We're likely going to win this trade. We got a rolling top. You know what I mean? Rounded tops. Sad to short Bitcoin, but we're likely going to win this puppy. Stochastics are in our favor. You know? Looking pretty good. Got in when you first said it at 45 to 30 and out at 51.3. 3%, $11 richer. That's why we follow you. Michael Paz, man. Amazing. Michael Pa, right? Bookmap's getting some action. Boom. Yeah, that was a short squeeze real quick. Still more liquidity above it. Got this glob right here, 44.5. Take me to 44.5. Let me hit my target. Let's call it a day. So now it's pretty cool. I mean, right at our target, they have liquidity. Right at our target, 300 Bitcoins want to be bought. That's a great sign. Send us to our target, right? 44,500, and we'll be good to go. I'm a little lower, but if we hit 44.5, I'll be happy with that. Somewhere right around there, we'll be in the money. I'm 71 and retired with plenty of time to learn, and I rode the wave up and down in 2022, and I aim to make money this time. Oh, you rode the wave up and all the way down? Oh, no. That ain't happening, Bill 007. You're making money this time. Yeah. And there we are, back up 12. We'll see where it goes. Who here likes watching the live trading, even when it's only like $100 or whatever? Like, I mean, we could make $500. Like, it could end up being a pretty nice trade. We'll see. Yes, up and down. I do. I love you guys. 122 people watching on the live. Amazing. Me, Lifer Adam. Who here learns a lot with the Lifer? What else do you want to see me do? What could I do more for you guys? What more could I do? I just want to know. Like, and don't be bashful. Let me know. Like, what more could we do? There's got to be more, that can be done. Fibs. Okay. Do a flip. And a short. I'm in a short as well. I'm in the field with you. Yeah, I mean, I think it's looking, the probability is in our favor. So you just have to have a whole day on the live, trading all day. You do everything on your lives every day. Thanks for the insights, Dad. Love you. Me. Okay. All right, everyone. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to take an old friend to lunch, but enjoy your day. I love you all. And, yeah. Hey, I just want to be adopted. Hey, maybe we could take you in. Email us. We'll find out what your age is. Shout out to Josiah Jelowick. We love you. I think the shirt is kind of excessive. You should probably love it. I think the shirt is kind of excessive. You should probably lose it. This shirt? Yeah, it's too big on me, honestly. It's my dad's shirt. You know what I mean? Anyway, I love you all. Shout out to Bookmap. We love you. Shout out to Dan P. Shout out to everyone here. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy. We'll see if the short plays out. I'll upload it to the trading group. We'll see what happens. And, we'll get down to, I hope we win. I don't want to lose, man. We've been doing amazing in 2024. So God bless you all. You can, you will, you are the best. And, yeah. Thank you for your time. Most precious asset, and that is your time. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Over and out. Lifer. Cut it. Jimmy, we're done.